Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to start a new topic in your pencil book. Okay, in your pencil book, chapter number 13, comprehension. Okay, open page number 55. Page number 55, comprehension. Okay, here. So let's open your book, because without book you cannot understand what is given here. So comprehension. What is the meaning of this word comprehension? Okay. Comprehension means the ability to understand. Means whatever we are reading, can we understand it? Are you able to understand it? Whatever you read? So if you understand it, means you have a good knowledge of English, or if of any language. Suppose you read Hindi and you understand it, means your comprehension is very good. But if you read English and if you are not understanding the meaning what is written here, it means your English language is poor. So you need to improve your knowledge in English. Okay. So like that, comprehension means the ability to understand. Means in your question paper, if you have seen in your half yearly exam, there was given one unseen passage. Unseen passage means you may not have read that passage earlier. Means directly you are reading in the question paper. But after reading that passage, are you able to understand? Did you understand the meaning of that? So means the equivalent to your age child, means the children, those who are in the age of 11 years, 12 years, those who are studying in 5th class. So according to your level of mental level, we select one passage and directly we gave that syllabus, that passage into your exam paper. So first you read it once, then you read it twice, then you read it thrice, then you are able to understand what is written there. And if you understood fully, it means you are able to answer the questions which are followed by that paragraph. Okay, means some 3, 4, 5 questions are asked on the basis of that written passage or paragraph there. So if you are able to give the correct answer, it means you are understanding. If you are giving the wrong answers, it means you did not understand what is written there. So that is called comprehension. Okay, so in your final exams you will find this comprehension, means unseen passage. So for that we need to practice. So there are some paragraphs or some passages given and we need to answer them. So like that, some passages are given. So comprehension, the word comprehension means the ability to understand by ourselves. It is an exercise that trains the students to understand a language. Trains means that is not train chuk 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 chuk. No, that train these trains means training. This exercise gives training to the students to understand the language. And we are which language we are reading now? Right now we are reading English language. Few hints for attempting comprehension exercise, means some tips are given, some hints are given how to solve this exercise. So first we the following hints will be useful to you for attempting comprehension exercise. What is the first point? Read the passage quickly to have a general idea. Means first you read it quickly, fastly, so that you can make a general idea in your mind that this passage is regarding what. Okay, read again at a slower speed to know about the details. Now when second time you are going to revise that paragraph, that time you need to give more time to this passage. Okay, provide more time to read this passage so that you can focus on the main details, all highlighted details in deep. Third point, study the questions carefully. Now the third point, you need to study the questions carefully and understand their meaning. Means if you have understand the wrong meaning of question, you will be giving wrong answers. So first try to understand that what is actually asked. Sometimes we get the wrong meaning of the question. So that's why we provide the wrong answers. So first try to understand what is exactly asked in the question. Fourth tips, once again read the passage carefully to find out the answers. Now already 2 times we had already read that paragraph. But after reading the question answers, now again try to read. This is, we are going to read this time, third time this time. Okay. At that time, now we have a pencil in our hand, so we can underline that yes, this is the answer, or this is where we can find the answers. Now write down the answers in your own words clearly and exactly. Means don't copy exactly the answer. You can make the answers in your language also, by your words also. Okay, but don't change the meaning of the answer. You can take the details from the paragraph, but you can write the answers in your language. Okay, your answers should be brief. Brief means short and in simple language. Don't use complicated language. Use only simple language. Use only complete sentences. Okay, use complete sentences. Don't write only one word answers. Okay, use full line. If you are asked to give the heading of passage, sometimes the question follows that write a suitable title for this passage. So at that time we need to write the heading of the passage. You should read the whole passage once again to understand the central idea. Means this passage is focused on what is the main topic of this passage. So you can give a suitable title or the name of the chapter, just like name of the chapter. So you have to give a heading. So these are some general tips how to solve this type of exercise and how to get the maximum marks out of it. Okay. So let's solve the first problem given here. Okay? Unseen passage. Okay. So what is the first hint? You remember always, go through or read the passage fastly. Then second time we will go through that passage slowly. First we read the fast. Eskimos live in the polar regions. They are not tall people, but they have strong limbs. They have a common language. They can easily understand members of another group, although they may come from many hundreds of miles away. Marriage is by mutual understanding and consent. They do not organize a special marriage ceremony. Hunting and fishing are their main occupations. Their houses are called igloos, which are small round structures built from the blocks of hard snow. They also make houses of wood and turf. They have excellent knowledge of carving. They make very beautiful objects by cutting away materials from wood and ivory. So this is how we read the full passage very fastly, as fast as you can read. Okay. Now this is the first time. It took only 1 or 2 minutes to read me this passage. Okay. Now I have a central idea in my mind that what about this passage is given. This passage is especially given for about the life of Eskimos. Now we are going to understand, or we are going to read this passage twice but this time we will read very slowly and we will try to understand the meaning of each line and each words. Okay, this time we are going to give more time. Okay, earlier we have given only 1 or 2 minutes. Now this time we are going to give at least 10 minutes to understand, try to understand what is written here. Then we'll go to the question answer. So that is the first step. We go through this passage very fastly. Then the second step, we read this line by line and try to understand. Okay, Eskimos live in the polar regions. Now what is Eskimos? If you have never heard about Eskimos, now Eskimos are the people, those who live in the snowy areas, you know, on our earth. If you see, suppose this is our earth, okay, and this is tilted 23° on its axis. This is a Greenwich or meridian, this is your 0° meridian, okay, and this is your, these two more lines are here, okay. Now these areas, okay, this is called North Pole of Earth, North Pole, and this is called South Pole of the Earth, okay. And here whole of the year this area is covered with snow. This is called snowy area. Whole of the year this area is always covered with snow. This is called snowy areas. So these are called polar regions. This is North Pole and this is South Pole. Both poles are called polar regions of the earth, okay. So Eskimos are the people those live here, okay. These are the special kinds of people, those who can live there, okay. Their forefathers are from the ancient time, they are living here, so they belonged there. So their life is very tough there, okay. There they do have 6 months day and 6 months night. Means in whole 12 months, means 1 year, they have 1 day and 1 night. 1 night of 6 months and 1 night of 1 day of 6 months. So you can imagine that how they would survive, because they don't have so enough forest there, because there is all around, all the region is covered with snow all time. So these people are called what? Eskimos. These special kind of people, species of people, they are called Eskimos. If you have seen the animation movie Ice Age, the big mammoth was there, na? And one baby of a human was lost there. And if you have seen some Kabila and some Jungli Log, okay, so that people, they always wearing the what we get skin of the bear and other animals, okay, unki khal pehante the, na? So that type of people, they are called Eskimos. Special kind of people, they live there. I would try to make their sketch like this, okay. These are the furs, okay. They wear very warm clothes, which is made out of what? The skins of different animals, because there is very cold region, okay. So suppose this is their face, okay. These type of clothes they wear, okay. So these are called Eskimos. They live on the north and south pole, which is covered fully with the ice or snow, okay. So Eskimos live in polar region. These type of Eskimos, they live in the polar regions, okay, North Pole and South Pole of the earth. This is the meaning of first line. They are not tall people. They are not tall, means they are short in height. But they have strong limbs. They have strong limbs and muscles. Okay, they have strong muscles. They have a common language. Common language means they don't speak Hindi or English because they are not connected with the other parts of the world. So they have their own common language through which they can understand. Okay, you can say these are the Adivasis. Okay, which those who live in the forest. They can easily understand members of other group. Means if there is one group is living here and one group is living here, they can understand the language of each other because they have common language. एक कबीला यहाँ रहता है, एक कबीला यहाँ रहता है उनका, ठीक है, but they can understand each other's language. Why? Because they have a common language. Okay, although they live at the different or distant places, but they can understand one another's language. They have a common language. They can easily understand the members of the other group. Although यद्यपि वैसे तो they may come from many hundreds of miles away. Many hundred miles away. Miles means kilometers. Okay, miles is a unit to measure the distance. Just like we have a distance, suppose 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, 5 kilometers. So they in English areas, Britain, America, there they use in place of kilometers they use miles. So hundreds of miles, just like hundreds of kilometers. So they may come from hundreds of miles away, but still they can understand each other's language. Marriage is a mutual understanding and consent. Mutual understanding means if they understand to each other, they are able to understand to each other, they can get marriage. Okay, mutual understanding. म्यूचुअल मीन्स आपस में एक दूसरे से, अंडरस्टैंडिंग मीन्स जहां उनकी सोच मिल जाती है वहां वो शादी कर लेते हैं. They do not organize a special marriage ceremony just like in our areas. Whenever we have any marriage in our family, so what do? We call all the relatives and we give a grand party. We organize a very good ceremony, marriage ceremony. But these people are very simple people. They don't organize any these type of ceremonies. They simply get married and they settle. Hunting and fishing are their main occupations. Occupation means your business. What is your business? So their main business is hunting and fishing because they have some fish rods through which they can catch the fish from the oceans. This is the one thing. And hunting, for the wild animals they can hunt with the arrows and with the different kind of tools or weapons. So these two things are their main business. Their houses are called igloos and they build a special type of house. You know what type of house they build? They build a special type of house which is round in shape, like this. Okay, and these shapes are especially they have different kind of structure. Okay, let me show you what type of houses they build. Okay, these are the round shaped houses, and the speciality of these houses are, let me show you. This is a cap like structure, the cap hat which we wear on our head now. But these all are made up of shapes of the blocks of ice or snow. They are very, very talented people. So they build their house like this. These are called igloos. This is the main gate, main door through which they enter into their house. Okay, and here they can live. Okay, so these are called igloos. These are Eskimos and these are igloos. Now, their houses are called igloos, which are small round structures, small and round structures built from the blocks of hard snow. First they cut the hard snow into small blocks, just like we make our houses with the help of cement blocks or bricks. What we call them? Bricks. So first they cut the hard snow into this shape, blocks. Then they settle or place one by one these blocks on each other. You can go on the YouTube. If you go on YouTube and if you type there how Eskimos build their house, or only just note down igloo, how igloos are made, you will find lot of videos how do they make the igloos and how the Eskimos live in these igloos. Okay, so this is how you can increase your knowledge. So their houses are called igloos, which are small round structures built from blocks of hard snow. These are called blocks of hard snow. Okay. They also make houses of wood and turf. Okay, this is a one kind of house. Second kind of house they build by wood, which is very rare in these areas because they have very less number of trees here. The trees cannot survive here. So some of the igloos, some of the Eskimos, they build their houses with trees, the wood of the trees, and turf. Turf means a special kind of grass. Okay, grass. In these areas, some areas are grassy, so they can use the grass also. And they have excellent knowledge of carving. Now what is carving? Carving is a art in which you have some instrument, okay, by which you can make a design on the stones. If you have visited Taj Mahal or any temple, okay, you might have seen the designs on the corners and on the roof, on the walls and the columns of the temple, that there are lot of designings are made there by using some instrument. Okay, so this is called carving. So they also know the carving, so they do this carving for making the blocks and for making these igloos. So they are very expert and they have excellent knowledge of carving, shaping the things. Okay, they make very beautiful objects by cutting away materials from wood and ivory. Means they have only wood, so on wood they can use these instruments and they can make a different designing objects, okay, for their houses by carving. And ivory is also used. Suppose ivory is especially used for the long teeth of elephant. हाथी का दांत जो होता है, दो लंबे दांत होते हैं, that is very expensive or costly. So in their regions they have a big elephants like mammoths in earlier ages. Now they have only the bones of the animals, those who have already died. So by using their bones, and they do some carving and they make some ornaments. Okay, they wear the ornaments on their nose and their ears and around their necks by using that bones. That is called ivory. Okay, now this is the second time when we read this passage or paragraph. Slowly we try to understand. Now the third step is to read the question answers. So first read and try to understand the questions. First question is, which regions do Eskimo live in? Which regions? Which areas the Eskimos they live in? Which areas? This is the first question. Second question, which type of body do they have? Which type of body do they have? Okay, second question regarding their body. Third, what are their main occupations? What are their main business? Third question. Fourth question, what is the name of their house built from the blocks of hard snow? What is the name of their house? Fourth question. Fifth question, which materials are used by them for carving? Which materials they do use for carving? One is the teeth of elephant, that is called ivory, okay, and the other bones of the animals, and wood. What they do have? They have wood. Okay, so now we know the 5 questions which is asked. Now the fourth step is to reread this passage. Now this is third time we are going to read this passage, but after reading the questions. Now after questions we are going to read what? Now we are going to find the answers of this question. So first question is, which region do the Eskimo live in? So you can see the answer on the very first line. Eskimo live in polar regions. That is the answer. First question is solved. Second question, which type of body do they have? So they are not tall people, but they have strong limbs. They are not long, but they are short, but they have strong limbs, means strong muscles. What are their main occupations? Here you can find in this line. What are their main occupations? Hunting and fishing are their main occupations. हंटिंग, शिकार करना, जानवरों का शिकार, एंड फिशिंग, मछलियां पकड़ना समुद्र में से. These two are their main occupation of business. So third question is solved. What is the name of their house? So here you can see on this line. What is the name of their house? So their houses are called igloos. Igloos, which are small round structure built from blocks of the hard snow. That is correct. Fifth question, which materials are used by them for carving? So last line, they make very beautiful objects by cutting away materials from wood and ivory. From wood and ivory, they make the material. So that is how you need to select the answers and you need to give the answer. Now second exercise, write the antonyms of the following words from the passage. Antonyms, you know what is synonyms and antonyms? Synonyms are the words with similar meaning, okay? Synonyms means similar meaning, and antonyms opposite meaning. Okay, similar meaning and opposite meaning. Okay, similar meaning means synonyms of similar, just like dark, night. Dark, you can use dark or night, both for the similar meaning. But if you use antonyms, so night, the opposite of night is day. So that is how the antonyms are asked, means opposite words from the passage. Suppose the one word is given short. So if you see in the passage, the opposite of short, if you find here, so opposite of short is long. Tall, they are not tall people. So tall is a word. So first answer is tall. Opposite of antonym of short is tall, which is given on the second line of the paragraph. Then weak, kamzor. So what is the opposite of weak? In the same line, strong limbs. Strong. So what is the antonym of weak? Is strong. Next, rare. रेयर, बहुत मुश्किल से मिलने वाला, कभी कभी, है ना. सो रेयर मीन्स बहुत अलग अलग या बहुत ही डिफरेंट या बहुत ही कम मिलने वाला. बट कॉमन, कॉमन मीन्स आसानी से मिलने वाला या सब जगह मिलने वाला. सो दे हैव कॉमन लैंग्वेज, दे हैव अ कॉमन लैंग्वेज. सो अपोजिट ऑफ रेयर, एंटोनिम ऑफ रेयर इज कॉमन. नेक्स्ट वर्ड इज big. So what is the antonym of big? Small. Small is also used here. Small round structures built from the blocks of hard snow. Small. Small is the opposite of big. Then ugly. Ugly, not beautiful. So what is the opposite of ugly? बदसूरत का क्या होगा? खूबसूरत. So the word beautiful here, the last line. Beautiful objects. So what is the antonym of ugly? That is beautiful. So this is how we solve the unseen passage, or we solve the comprehension. Okay, this is one example for you. Now the second exercise is also given in your book, so let's solve that also. Okay, so read the second. So remember the tips. Okay, first tip is to read this passage fastly. So we try to read it fast. The Himalayas are the mountain ranges along the border of the India-Tibet. It extends over a distance of about 2,400 kilometers. It has some of the highest peaks in the world. Mount Everest is the highest peak of the world. Its height is about 8,848 meters. K2, Godwin Austen, is the second highest peak of the world. It is located in Kashmir. Kanchenjunga is the third highest peak of the world. It is located in India at Nepal-Sikkim border. The mountains provide rainwater for the plains by stopping moisture bearing clouds. These plains are very rich in wildlife and forest resources. The natural beauty and magnificence of the Himalayas attracts tourists and mountaineers from different countries of the world. So this is how we read this passage. This is the first tip. Read the passage fastly. So within 1 or 2 minutes we try to finish the reading. Now we have a central idea of this paragraph. This paragraph is written about Himalaya ranges. Okay. Now what is the second tip? That we are again going to read this passage, but in deep, with concentration. By line explanation, we are going to try to understand the full meaning. Okay, so second time we are going to read this paragraph, but with slower rate. Okay, slow speed. The Himalayas are the mountain ranges along the border of India and Tibet. You know what is the border of India and Tibet? This is India. This is India. This is oceans and seas. Okay, from three directions, India is surrounded by oceans and seas. But on the fourth direction, north direction, we have a land. Here we have different countries, neighboring countries. This is our border. What type of border? India and Tibet border. Okay. Here this is Tibet and this is India. Okay, here we have Nepal and Bhutan. These two countries are here. Okay, this is Bhutan and this is Nepal. So we share our boundaries with Tibet. So India Tibet boundary and India Nepal and India Bhutan boundary. We share our boundaries with these countries. So this is Himalayas, ranges, but these are called ranges. Himalayas are ranges. Here we have different type of mountains. So these range of mountains. This is called a group of mountains. Okay, group of mountain. So that group of mountains is called what? Range. Okay, this series is called range, and this the name of this whole range is called Himalayas. Okay, but different mountains we have given different names. Okay, these are mountains: 1 mountain, 2 mountain, 3 mountain, 4 mountain. But the group of these all mountains is called Himalayas. This is called range. Okay. So the Himalayas are mountain ranges along the border of India, Tibet. Along the border of India and Tibet. It extends over a distance of about 2,400 kilometers. It extends. Extends means this is the length from here to here. How many kilometers? 2,400 kilometers. This is the length of this range. Okay. It has some of the highest peaks in the world. So these are called peaks. Peaks, सबसे ऊंची चोटियां, सबसे ऊंचा highest position, that these are called peaks. But in the world, the peaks of the world means except this Himalaya or other than Himalaya, in different countries we do have different mountain ranges. But some of the highest peaks of the world, of whole world, they are located here, they are situated here in Himalayas. Suppose Mount Everest is the highest peak of the world. One of the peak is Mount Everest, and which is here. Its height is about 8,848 meters. Suppose this is the highest. Mount Everest. And what is the height of this? 8,848 meters. Okay. And 1,000 meter is equal to 1 kilometer. So you can say 8 kilometers at 848 meters. If you 8 kilometers height, and 848 means around 9 kilometers height. Okay, that is the height of this mountain. Okay, and this is called peak. The highest point on the mountain is called peak. Now K2, Godwin Austen, is the second highest peak of the world, and it is located in Kashmir. Suppose this is our Kashmir. So this is the second highest, and the name is K2. This is second highest. Suppose this is the first highest and this is the second highest. This is located in Kashmir in India, and it's located in Kashmir. Kanchenjunga is the third highest peak of the world. It is located in India at Nepal-Sikkim border. This is Nepal-Sikkim border. Okay, this is Sikkim. So suppose this is the third. Okay, we can understand this is in India and this is called Kanchenjunga, KG. Suppose this is the third highest. First highest is Mount Everest, second highest is K2, third highest is Kanchenjunga, which is in India at the border of Sikkim and Nepal. Okay. The mountains provide rainwater for the plains. Plain, you know what is plain? These are called mountains, and after these mountains we have plain areas just like UP, है ना, the some part of MP. These all are these area is very plain area, the area around the Ganga river. Okay, Ganga river, these area Ganga and Yamuna river, if you see, so these area are called plain area because they don't have mountains, so long mountains. So they provide रेन वाटर, बरसात होती है. कौन बरसात कराता है? ये जो हिमालय रेंज है ये बरसात करवाती है. कैसे? By stopping moisture bearing clouds. You know clouds, you can see two types of cloud. One cloud is very white in color. Okay, white in color. So they are not moisture bearing. They don't bear water in them. उनके अंदर पानी नहीं होता जो पूरे व्हाइट दिखते हैं. बट द क्लाउड्स विच आर डार्क इन कलर, जो ग्रे कलर के होते हैं, डार्क कलर के, उनमें पानी भी होता है, मॉइस्चर बूंदे होती हैं पानी की. सो दीज माउंटेन रेंजेस दे स्टॉप बिकॉज दीज मॉइस्चर इज बियर्ड बाय दीज क्लाउड्स एंड दे गो टूवर्ड्स द हिमालय एंड दे स्ट्राइक हिमालय एंड दे get consolidated, and after condensation they do the rain water. They do raining here, and that's how they provide the rain here. So rain water is due to this Himalaya. अदरवाइज यहाँ पे बारिश नहीं होती. अगर ये हिमालय नहीं होता तो सब बादल उधर निकल जाते हैं. ओके, these plains are very rich in wildlife and forest resources. Wildlife, these plains, these area is very important for our India because they are very dense forest. They have very dense forest. बहुत घने घने जंगल है यहाँ, forest जंगल है. And wildlife means जंगली जानवर. Okay, tiger, rhinoceros, these giraffe, zebra, these all belong here. So we, due to this rain, they have forest. This area has very dense forest, and due to dense forest, the wild animal, the wildlife, they can survive here. This is the home for them. The natural beauty and magnificence. Magnificence means attraction, just like magnet. Magnet attracts the iron. Of the Himalaya attracts tourists. You know, tourists from all over world, they come here on these Himalaya to visit because of the natural beauty to see. And mountaineers, you know what is mountaineers? The people, they are very very fond of mountaining. जो पहाड़ पर चढ़ना बहुत पसंद करते हैं, पर्वतारोही जो पर्वत पे जाना चाहते हैं, ऐसे लोगों को ये पहाड़ बहुत अट्रैक्ट करते हैं. From the different countries of the world, from the different countries of the world, they come here to climb on these highest peaks every year. So this is the second time when we gone through this passage again, but this time we had provided 10 minutes to read and try to understand. What is the third step? We are going to analyze the questions. Now let's see the question. First question: along which border are the Himalayas situated? Along which border? These are the border, na? So which border these Himalaya is situated? First question. What is the total length of Himalaya range? What is the total length of Himalaya range? Second question. Which is the highest peak of the world? Which is the highest peak of the world? This is the third question. Name the second and third peaks of the world. Second peak and third peak of the world. Name. We have to give the name. Fifth question. What attracts tourist? टूरिस्ट को क्या आकर्षित करता है? टूरिस्ट एंड माउंटेनियर्स फ्रॉम द डिफरेंट कंट्रीज ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. दुनिया के अलग अलग देशों से ये माउंटेनियर्स या जितने भी टूरिस्ट होते हैं, ऐसा क्या अट्रैक्ट करता है उनको जो वो यहाँ आते हैं? So these are the 5 questions. Now we are going to follow tip number 4. We are going to try to find out the answers. So for once again we are going to read this paragraph and we are going to find the answers. Along which border are the Himalayas situated? Himalayas are the mountain ranges along the border of India and Tibet. First answer. Okay, got it. Second, what is the total length of Himalaya? It extends over the distance of about 2400 kilometers. Second answer. Third answer, which is the highest peak of the world? Mount Everest is the highest peak of the world. Okay, Mount Everest is the highest peak of the world. Name the second and third highest peak of the world. The second highest peak of the world is K2 or what is Godwin Austen, and the third highest peak is Kanchenjunga. What attracts tourists and mountaineers? The natural beauty and magnificence of the Himalayas. These attracts the tourists and mountaineers from the different countries of the world. So all the 5 answers you got. Now exercise B. Write the antonyms of the following words. Antonyms. Antonyms means opposite words. Opposite in meaning. Okay, just like highest. So what is the meaning? Opposite meaning? Lowest. Highest. So lowest. Highest सबसे ऊंचा. Lowest सबसे नीचा. Rich. One meaning of rich is Amir and the opposite is poor, Garib. But here the rich, the meaning of word rich is different here. These plains are very rich in wildlife and forest resources. These plain areas, these are very rich. Rich मतलब इनमें बहुत ज़्यादा संख्या में ये सब पाया जाता है. So these are very rich. यहाँ अमीर इसका मतलब अमीर नहीं है, बहुत ज़्यादा संख्या में पाया जाता है. तो उसका अपोजिट होगा बहुत कम संख्या में पाया जाता है, बहुत कम पाया जाता है. सो रेयर और वी कैन यूज स्कार्स. कमी को हम बोलते हैं स्कार्स. इन वेरी स्कार्स क्वांटिटी. स्कार्स क्वांटिटी मीन्स बहुत कम. ओके, रिच मतलब बहुत ज्यादा मिलती है और स्कार्स मतलब बहुत कमी हो जाना. जस्ट लाइक देर इज अ स्कार्स ऑफ वाटर इन थार, व्हाट वी से उसको, रेगिस्तान होता है ना जहाँ पे पानी की बहुत कमी होती है. सहारा डेजर्ट, थार डेजर्ट, देयर इज अ स्कार्स ऑफ वाटर. पानी की बहुत कमी होती है. और इन हिली एरियाज और इन प्लेन एरियाज देयर इज अ रिच ऑफ वाटर. बहुत पानी की बहुत ज्यादा मात्रा में पाया जाता है. सो दैट इज द अपोजिट. नेचुरल. नेचुरल मीन्स विच इज ऑटोमेटिकली क्रिएटेड बाय नेचर, but something which is made by human, that is called artificial. Artificial. Okay, artificial means which is made by human, that is artificial. So this is the antonyms. Now question number C. Find the words from the passage that means the same as, means synonyms. We need to find the synonyms which is in the same meaning, but they should be given in the paragraph. Just like situated. Situated, if you find this word situated means it is located in India at Nepal Sikkim border. Located, they are similar in meaning. Situated, located, so you can fill here located. Summit, SUMMIT. Summit means peak, सबसे ऊंची चोटी, that is also called summit. So the synonym is peak, P-E-A-K, peak. Not similar, not similar, जो एक जैसा नहीं है. Mountaineers from different countries, different. So word different is same, not similar, different, अलग अलग. So that is how we solve this unseen passage, that is called comprehension. So any of the new passage can come in the exam. So these are the following tips. You should remember these tips and you should follow these tips and after following these tips you can easily find out the answers. But you need to provide full time, at least 15 minutes or 20 minutes should be given to this type of comprehension, so then you so that you can understand it better. So I hope that you have understood it, this topic, and will be going the new topics in the next videos. Till then, take care. Goodbye.